What's up, guys? So, I've been asking uh, what topics I should be talking about in some of these videos, and apparently the universe is listening, as always, and throwing topics to me. So, again, I got I seen another post, and this one really struck me, and I just wanted to talk about it. But it says, if you want to awaken all of humanity, then awaken all of yourself. If you want to eliminate the suffering in the world, then eliminate all that is dark and negative in yourself. Truly, the greatest gift you have to give is that of your own self transformation by Lao Tzu. So, it really struck me because of the first part. If you want to awaken all of humanity, then awaken all of yourself. And the key words is yourself. So, again, this is going to be another talk about yourself. You may have heard of the quote, be the change that you want to see in the world. And I think a lot of people, they're just like, oh, that's a really good quote. And then that's as far as it goes. And it's just, like, it's a good quote, but, do something, you know what I mean? And I I can't really speak too much on saying like you need to do something about it because I'm just now starting to do stuff about it. You know what I mean? So I can actually kind of start saying something, but just joking. Um, what I want to talk about in this video is pretty much just being that change that you want to see in the world. Um, for me, the best example I can give you is just like I said, the first part. If you want to awaken all of humanity, then awaken all of yourself. And that's just the biggest thing for me. I would love to wake everybody up and just let them know, like, okay, things, are different. You're more powerful. There's so many things you can do. There's so many things available to you. There's so much out there. If you just open your mind and just explore and discover more about yourself and all the cool things you can do and all the information that's just so simple. Like it's just like right there. All you have to do is just ask. But a lot of people don't know. In the beginning, that used to frustrate me. Like, oh, okay, I know this stuff, but when you try to talk to other people about it, they look at you like, okay. And I had to remember, everyone just has different paths. Some people are meant to wake up. Some people are meant to stay asleep. Either or is their thing. Um, what do I mean by wake up? Is um, simply put, is that there's a lot of things about ourselves um, that you can say we forgot um, being born here. So, that being said, there's lots of hints. There's lots of things, you know, that talks about how powerful we are as human beings. And one of the things that I always say, if you just go inside, you can find the answers. What I mean by that is meditate. If you meditate, silence everything and just ask questions, you'll find that you can get the answers. Um, in a form of if you pray, you're speaking, but if you meditate, you're listening. So that's something I kind of tell people too. Like a lot of people do all the talking, but um, they rarely listen. Why do I say that? Because when this is what I go through a lot. When a lot of people say, "Oh, I pray, and I'm just hoping things just fall into place. I just hope everything just works out. That's all I can do is pray." And then I'm like, "Oh, okay. So when you pray, what answers do you get?" And then they look at me like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Okay, you prayed, but what did you get? What did you hear?" And they look at me like I'm like I got three heads or something. I'm like, "Okay, so okay, let me just." Go with the, oh, okay, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But, it's just little things like that. Back to the whole awake thing, I mean, it could be, many people, I guess, define it in multiple different ways. Um, my, I guess, definition is just waking up to who you really are, waking up to who you were before everyone told you who you should be. Um, Going back to the beginning, recovering your memories before you were born here. Yes, that sounds different, but it's true. Um, Again, do research, meditate, all that good stuff. Another thing I need to kind of point out with that is when it comes to meditation, like it's not a Buddhist thing or you're doing this, that, and the other. It's actually many different things when it comes to meditation. Um, Again, do your research. Don't just take my word for it. But not to get sidetracked, but that's kind of like my definition of like wake up. There's so much I can say about awakening or waking up or realizing who you really are, things like that. I mean, I can go on for hours about it, but I'm not. The point of this video is to be the change that you want to see in the world. And the point that I was trying to make is I know that I've woken up to discovering more about myself. Um, and for me to see that in the world and around other people that I associate with, I myself have to wake up and learn a bunch of things. And if so, the things that I've learned, I can share with other people. And if you don't relate to that, I can give you something simple. If something simple of be the change that you want to be in the world. If you're around a lot of people, or you see that a lot of people just aren't happy, and you just say, "Gosh, I wish people would be more happy," then you need to be more happy. It starts with you. So, how? Find things that make you happy. Do things that make you happy. Constantly remind yourself of things that make you happy. Start being happy. And eventually, those people who are close to you will just start noticing that little difference, with you. You're always happy. Every time they're around you, they're happy. They're always laughing. And, that rubs off, on others. And it's just like a domino effect. If you're really, really happy and you're in a really, really good mood, um, then it just spreads. Good vibes spread. But also negative vibes spread as well. There's also a negative side to this. For example, something I think we can all relate to. If you go to work and you just woke up, I mean you had the best sleep, you had the best meal, and everything is just lovely. And you get to work, and soon as you clock in, you have that specific coworker. And the specific coworker just comes in with all their drama, like, oh my gosh, I can't stand this. You ignore, you breathe, you do your thing, and they do something stupid, and then you're like, ah, I'm really trying to have a good day. Forgive, strike one. Second time they do something, and then they just go do something like off the wall, and now you pissed. Now your day been ruined. Now you angry. Now you want to chop off their head, and then you pissed off, and then somebody else like sneezed just out, and you just like, who told you to be sick? Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? And it just spreads. It spreads, and then you just go home. You're like, and someone asks you, how was work? Work was work. That's how work was. Nothing more to it. It's like, oh, excuse me. I was just trying to see how your day was. I'm gonna need you to do this, and it's just like, whoa, like your whole day just got thrown off, and now you kind of bringing that over here. So that's a simple example. Um, but yeah. So another example would be if you see, I think another thing I can say that we all relate to is there's a lot of things that we see so-called what's wrong with the world, and we see it. For example, um, children starving, people having no homes, the most common one, pets, shelter, things like that. And I have seen a lot of people say, "Oh, that's so sad. The government really needs to do something. People need to start doing this and that." And then me, I'm working on this being not as blunt, but I see them say that, and it's just, what are you doing about it? Like, it's easier to say, but what are you doing about it? Yeah, you see them starving, but are you sending money over there? No, I guess not. That being said, the things that you see, start doing, and it starts with yourself. And the biggest thing about it is it's not a lot. It's not a tremendous effort that you have to do. It's just a small change or a small decision, and that just impacts different people. It's like a ripple effect. You do something different, it affects others around you. So if there's something that you truly see that you would like to fix, then you start doing something about it. And then, hey, you may meet someone because you may meet someone who has a same cause and want to do the same thing as you. Then you two be friends, and then, oh my gosh, you're introduced to a whole bunch of people who do the same thing you have a cause for. Then you guys start something. You start a non-profit organization and help these people. It's just, it starts with you. That's really the whole point of this video. Everything starts with you, and it's really not that hard. It's just a little thing. You may not think that it's a big difference, like, oh, I'm not changing the whole world, but you are. It starts with you. um, you know, it starts from where you are, then it spreads to other people around you, and then that spreads and that spreads and that spreads. You know what I mean? Um, like I said, good vibes spread. So, that's just something I wanted to talk about. Me personally, I don't want to just talk about it. It's more about being about it and doing things for what I believe in. So, just something to think about. Actually, just do something and see how easy it is. It's pretty simple. And just lastly, any small thing that you do, you may not see it now, then, but it does play a huge part in what it is that you are working towards to fix. And if it's something very strongly, like something you feel very strongly towards, then maybe it's, some type of pull or message for you to do something about it. And again, make it fun, um, something small, and see where it leads you. And, it's really no harm in just putting that little effort, that little change into your daily life. And we all see things. We do. We can ignore it as much as we want, but it's there. And if you can do something about it, why not? Instead of talking about it and sitting down next to your homeboy or homegirl, with your drink after you just got off work and you tired and all that stuff, you talking about, dang, that's sad, what they see on the news and this, that, and the other, but you ain't doing nothing about it. I mean, that's your opportunity and they're calling to do something about it. But that's just a heads up. So on that note, y'all have an amazing night, amazing morning, afternoon, and I will talk to you soon. Later.